good of an opportunities that Nacho
Yeah,
gives, especially people that
absolutely.
don't have experience.
Yeah.
And it's they are standing in front of someone who has been doing this for a long time,
Yeah.
experience, and I think this would
In
be
lots of different places. I mean, there is so much knowledge is so valuable, isn't it? Especially for a chef.
and so Nacho always tries to
Yeah, I mean, I love
Share
to
it.
have people, if they show interest. I'd really love to.
Yeah.
Nothing makes me happier than going there and can teach someone.
Yeah.
But sometimes people, the job is stressed, and then you try to tell people one thing, then another time, and they don't listen. They get nervous.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like I would say sometimes it can be a harsh environment to learn.
Yeah.
And you have to be willing to learn. If you are not willing to learn, it's going to be difficult.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hopefully, I've had people in the past who are still grateful that we work together. I mean, it's always nice as well to learn from them. So
yeah. No, that's definitely and because because for those of you who know Black Cat Cafe and stuff, you are eating Nacho's food, but is it all? It's always your creation, and even like, are you always cooking? Are you there every day to cook, or are people also cooking your recipes, or how does it work?
Yeah, I tried. I always work every morning there, and so I create the food for the whole day, and then we have another chefs coming in the afternoon. So it's mostly my food. Yeah, I'm always happy to let other people cook.
Yeah.
But I think lately people feel more doing what I already created rather than having their own recipes and all that.
Yeah. Because were you saying you have a daily menu? So how many things are on your menu per day?
So we have around 6-7 salads, which are thought to be eaten together.
Mm-hmm.
Not one salad is one meal with a lot of different components. It's like 6-7 different salads, which we think they complement together. We have one soup, and then around 8-9 specials of the day. 5-6 of them are usually stay in the menu for a while because they are popular, like the burger, the curries, the pancake. And then 2 or 3 different ones, which we try to change every day.
And do you also do the desserts, or do you have people do you work with people that make cakes for you or something, or?
Yeah. I only usually make desserts in Christmas, like for special occasions. Like I make some cheesecakes and tiramisus, but usually on daily basis we get a few suppliers. We have a craving for our friend Amy. We have another supplier called Mana, which delivers us all over London, and they both are all vegan. So
yeah, that's really. Yeah, it's really amazing because it's already so much because how many hours do you spend cooking in the morning, like to get everything ready?
It has gotten much better now. Only 7-8 hours more or less.
Yeah,
which is really good because now at 3:00 I just go home and that's it.
Yeah,
but still every day I'm so amazed by the amount of that Nacho produces
in a tiny little kitchen, people. By the way, in a tiny little kitchen. Oh my God! Yeah, you are incredible. You really are. Yeah, I keep
forgetting we are doing an interview. I keep thinking of asking you questions, but I'm containing myself.
Sorry, what's that?
No, I keep forgetting this is an interview, and I'm being tempted to ask you questions.
No,
but
you can ask me questions. What question do you have?
So next one I'll do it. Okay.
Yeah, absolutely. Anytime you have a question, like this is a dialogue. This is a dialogue. Absolutely. I'd love to have questions from you. I don't have to be the hostess, the mostess. Absolutely. You were saying something, Carla, or were you?
No, I'm saying still on the Nacho's progress on becoming the chef there. I think. It reflects as well on the product that we have there, like the entity and how customers trust us because, he's super humble on even having all this experience and knowledge, he still is super humble.
Yeah.
that's, it reflects on what we have, what we present to the customers and the products. And I think it's super important. And massive respect for what Nacho
absolutely
does there. Yeah.
No, absolutely.
I'm ready like a tomato.
Let's just, let's give him some love. No, but it is definitely true. And I think also, people start, I mean, I had the same when I was cooking in a cafe here in Lisbon, which I ran for a few years, is that feeling of like people get to know you through your food too, like they start like to love your food because they know your food and because they know you, and I think that it feels always extremely personal when you are at Black Cat, I feel, it's like coming home, I think, and that's something that I'm sure people really appreciate.
Yeah. We have a guy in the mornings who always comes, his name is Hussein, and always comes and never checks the menu. He just says, fix me something, Nacho.
Yeah, I just want some Nacho.
As long as it's spicy, he's happy with it.
Yeah. Some Nacho on his plate. And Carla, so I know, but I'm still going to ask this because it's an interview. What is your role in Black Cat, Carla? It's pretty huge too, isn't it?
It's like putting down fires.
Yeah.
Yeah, to be honest, I feel I do a little bit of everything except cooking. Yeah, but my favorite thing there is the coffee part of the
plants
of the cafe. Well,
yeah.
and
yeah, Carla is quite the plant lady. She is. Yeah.
But a lot of the paperwork, bookkeeping, and anything to do with the suppliers. Coffee is my favorite bit, as I mentioned. And,
the running, really the running of the whole the skeleton. You are the skeleton of this place. Without you, it all falls apart too.
Well, I don't know.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah. So now it's Nacho and I turn to tell you how amazing you are, Carla. Like now you can be red as a tomato. No, because I think a lot of times, again, and this is something that I also wanted to talk to you guys about, because I know you feel the same. It's like people highly underestimate how much work goes in to running a cafe, to making the food, to doing the admin. I mean, as you were saying, you live this, and you never, it's extremely dedicated what you guys are doing, you guys are very dedicated to your business and your people who come, because it never ends. It's nonstop.
Yeah. We cannot stop. Exactly. It feels really great to speak with you, because obviously you went through the same, and you know the language of running a cafe or a restaurant or your own business. Yeah.
Yeah, and you guys are still going. I gave up.
No, you did not give up.
No. It wasn't like that. It wasn't like that. For everybody who's listening, it wasn't like that. Okay.
Exactly.
Yeah.
We'll keep. Sometimes it mutates in a different thing. We just stopped. It means it had to take a different shape or something. And for us, it's still going as Black Cat. Who knows if in the future, it's going to be Black Cat, as long as we, continue doing what we love. Yeah.
We're still doing a marathon. In your case, Caro, you are doing more kind of sprints, no?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
3 days like crazy, and then you stop, have a break, and then with the campaign you're doing.
Absolutely. Yeah. It's very, and it is different because you can take, like for me, it's, the sprints have breaks in between. I know what it's like to have an ongoing marathon that doesn't stop. It's it's really hard work, and I think that's very important. I mean, that's also why I wanted to have this conversation with you guys anyway. There's another girl that I really admire. Her name is Kati, and she runs her own vegan restaurant in Stuttgart. We'll have an interview with her soon as well. And it's for me, it's very important to share this because, first of all, of course, I'm a big fan of you both, and I really, really have so much love for you, also as a friend, but definitely also as someone, like, we are all partners in crime, you know what I mean? Like, we're all in this together, and it's, I recognize so much of the hard work you guys are doing, because, we've all been there. So it's important for me to bring this out into the world, because I do think that people just go to a restaurant, order and eat it really quick and then go home like, oh yeah, that was just another meal. It's like, well, someone stood there in the morning for 8 hours. Okay, let's not forget about it. And he stands there every morning. So, these things are so important to kind of really bring out there in the world. So I hope all listeners will have a different experience next time they go to you guys, hopefully, or any other cafe or restaurant,
Thank you, Caro.
Yeah, it's important stuff. Jesus. And what drives you guys? Like, what drove you to start Black Cat? Or do you still have, you still feel this drive every day? Is there something extremely important to you and that's why you do what you do?
Yeah, I think in my case, I've been dreaming of having my own place for, I think the first conversations about having my own vegan place were back in the university days. Maybe like 20 years ago, I was already speaking with some friends, going in my city around and seeing, oh, that would be a nice spot for us, kind of thing. And first of all, I like to produce food. It's like what gives me, I make a living out of this. I can live in this city, which I love. I've been here for 12 years, but also being able to make money and having a life with this allows us to do benefits, fundraisers, and supporting a lot of things we believe in. Well, thankfully, we have been lucky enough to have customers coming through the door, and that has allowed us to support so many causes, which back when I was studying and doing the activism. Now everything merges into the same thing, which maybe it's not good, or maybe it's good, I don't know. I still yet to figure it out.
I think it's very good.
Sometimes it's good to separate things, sometimes it's maybe not, but I don't know. Yeah.
Well, it is all one, I think, especially, for some people. I mean, there is also people who run a vegan place or, a vegetarian place and who don't have these ethics so strongly. But I think that if you have them, like you guys have and I have too, you'll taste it in the food and you'll see it in the business. You know what I mean? Like it's, sometimes it's hard to be so ethical because, you could be a lot richer if you weren't. But, it's also the essence of everything we do, right? I mean, that's what I admire so much in you. And I'm so glad that we found each other in our lives because, I recognize a lot of myself in that because, animal rights is so extremely important. And, it's not separate from cooking and doing the activism. I think it is very much one, and that's important.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Do you want to add something, Carla?
No, I mean, I didn't have it as in Nacho's case, where he actually imagined himself doing this. I was, I came from a different background. I never imagined myself, having a cafe or, I was just a bit lost here in London, and this opportunity came along, and I think it saved me, to be honest. I was completely lost. I didn't know what to do, and it was one of the best things that happened. So because as well, I was already ethical vegan and activist, and it was great to be able to, have something that aligned with my values and share this with someone who also believed in this. So that's it was great. Yeah.
Yeah, because how is it to work? And I don't want to open a can of worms here or anything dramatic, but how is it to work with your partner every day? Because besides that you are business partners, you're also life partners. You guys are boyfriend, girlfriend for a long time. Like how is that? Are you ever sick of each other?
Yeah,